And welcome back to my channel. So today we're continuing with England Exchange. There's not much of an introduction to do for this roleplay story, so I'm just gonna get into it. Oh shit, I almost knocked over the lamp. It was the first thing in the morning. I had barely woken up when I heard a soft knock on my door. I opened it and looked out to see Mark. Yes, what are you doing here? Hello, so I wanted to apologize. Apologize for what? The other night at dinner. After reflecting on a bit of what you said, I realized that you were correct. I insulted everyone at the table, including you, and it was rude about it. I didn't see the error in my own ways. I'm apologizing to everyone else as well, but I wanted to make sure you knew I appreciated your words. I wasn't sure how to respond. To tell the truth, I was shocked. It was such a direct, simple, straightforward apology. I rarely ever received a straightforward apology, even in situations that deserved it, like a huge fight among friends or family. Now a total stranger was apologizing to me for remarks most people would simply have forgotten about. Well, thank you. It's no problem, but may I tell you something? I blinked at him, and after a moment's hesitation, he continued. I have been very confused. I don't think I can talk to people very well normally without them becoming angry. Since the other night, I've been noticing it in almost everybody I talk to. It was worse than I thought. It's been a bit of a problem because I think everyone's avoiding me now. People are not so sensitive in France as they are here. He laughed merrily, but I didn't see the joke. Was he French then? He didn't sound French to me. Maybe I was so used to French parody accents. Well, I don't want to put a charade and pretend to be something I'm not, or to respond less than honestly to them. But my genuine responses may seem to arouse anger. It's a conundrum. What should I do about it? How should I know? Maybe it's the phrasing. Most people tell little white lies. Shit. I think you're phrasing your opinions too bluntly. I'm pretty sure there are ways you could put what you want to say and don't seem quite so aggressive. I see. He tapped his chin with his slender finger. It seems I'll have to give this more thought. Anyways, thank you for your help. You're a very kind person. I know, I've realized I'm probably not the easiest person to deal with. Thank you for dealing with me. He beamed at me, and my heart felt oddly lighter. You know, I'm usually by myself reading books in the library, up in this philosophy section. You should come visit me sometime. He waved happily and skipped off down the hallway. Considering he is now aware that no one around here liked him, it was odd that he was so happy. Oh well, with that done, it's time to get on with my day. I had just finished eating when Peggy sprinted into the dining room. Upon seeing me, she lunged for my hands. Luke, I need your help. Okay, with what? Danny has team tryouts today, football tryouts, and I want to try, but I don't want to go alone. Scared I'll make an idiot of myself. Do you know what I mean? I know you're into sport, and we're part of the same team's back, and we're part of some same team. Whatever. Won't you go with me? Joining his team would be a great way to impress Danny and spend time with him, and possibly Peggy as well. Luke, thank you so much. I knew I could count on you. Damn it. We'd better get going then. Wait, it's happening right now? Of course, come on. Peggy took me by the hand, jogging down the street to the nearby park, explaining as she went. It's a university team, but not the university team. We're allowed to go since we're technically part of the university, despite you not being from England, so it totally works out. And he's the captain, as you'd expect from him, and the team is open to men and women, which is why we could both apply. The day was pretty mild for January, but it was still chilly outside, though I supposed if we were going to be playing soccer, we'd warm up fast enough. I feel like my music's too loud. She rounded a corner into the park and set off the bleachers. Along with a ragtag group of people nearby. Danny stood before them, hands on his hips. Next, we'll have a basic skirmish, so I can get a feel of how you work together. Everyone nodded and assumed positions, which must have been assigned sometime beforehand. Danny! Peggy waved enthusiastically, and Danny looked up at us in surprise. Hey, what are you two doing here? What do you think? We're here to try out for the team. It is late at night right now, and I'm trying to speak. I just woke up not too long ago, and I can't function as a normal human being right now, so I apologize. A wry smile crossed his face. Are you now? Yes, we are. What, don't you think we can do it? I didn't say that. If you're going... See? This is what I mean. If you're really up to... Shit. Hold on. If you're really up to it, you two could join the team on the right. Peggy, take over as goalkeeper. Luke, you can be the forward. But... Will do. Oh, Peggy dashed away, and I was left standing awkwardly in front of Danny, not sure what to do. Everything alright? I didn't exactly have much of a chance to get ready for this, and we just ran all the way here, and I was never on an official soccer team. I don't know what forward does exactly. Well, just kick the ball and give it what you got. No pressure. He clapped me on the back, smiling. If it wasn't for his friendly and open attitude, I would have thought he wanted me to fail for laughs. So, the skirmish happened. It was probably one of the most embarrassing things I've ever done. I wasn't used to being bad at sports. I had always had a knack for them, so I took to them easily, from track to swimming to basketball. So he's a swimmer. Or so I thought. But soccer was something different. I wasn't as coordinated with my feet as I thought. The one time I got the ball and shot it in the goal, I hit Peggy smack in the face. Then her nose started bleeding, and I volunteered to walk her to the bleachers and take care of her. Danny doubled over with laughter. Agreed. So Peggy and I didn't make the team. No sweat off my back. I didn't need another mandatory meeting every other day. Well, maybe some other team will take us. Maybe they'll take you. I think I've had enough of joining. Oh. Hey, it was fun to try out. I just don't want to take up too much on my time with sports this year. I'm already tired out from working. Right, well, next stop, volleyball. Volleyball? That made total sense with her hyper-personality, but not for her height. You fucking ragging on short people now, Luke? Like, let's not. Since I've come all the way to another country, I should probably spend more time exploring, shouldn't I? I left the hotel and took off down a street, unsure of where I was going, but not really caring. I did this often when I lived in New York. Just wander. Usually I found an interesting shop, or at least ended up with a story to tell. Now, though, I felt completely confused. The streets of London were both very different, and not different at all. The air was thinner, and it felt better to breathe. When I signed up for this program, I was warned that most Americans would get sick in the first 2 weeks of living in London because of air pollution, the London smog. Coming from New York, though, didn't bother me a bit. I kept noticing the architecture. The older style of buildings reminded me so much of home, but these buildings were cleaner and clearly older. The walkways were broad and clear, and in business districts, giant plazas filled with people in business suits and sharp English accents. Everything was so similar, but so different. I felt like I was walking through plastic, not really connected to anything I was seeing. In no time, I felt exhausted. I hadn't walked too far, but maybe the stimulation was too much, or maybe I was still jet-lagged. I collapsed into a seat near a park. Hopefully the owner wouldn't mind too much that I was mooching. They probably got people like me all the time, so I hope they were used to it. As I rubbed my sore neck, something caught my eye. A young Asian woman with short black hair and thick-rimmed glasses stood over a canvas, muttering something under her breath. At least I think it was supposed to be under her breath, but I could hear her from here. It's supposed to capture the light. If it keeps... if it keeps moving. I didn't think it'd be so... She seemed frustrated about her painting. I tilted my head a bit to catch more of a glimpse of what she was working on. It was a stylized landscape of the park, I think. I tilted my head the other way. No, it was a realistic watercolor, wasn't it? What was she trying to do? Curious, I got over and sidled over to her, hoping I didn't seem too creepy. It didn't make any better sense from this angle, but from the looks of the woman, she was an artist. She had the whole bohemian thing that suggested that for her. It was all about the flow of things, man. I hate this. I glanced at her again and accidentally made eye contact. What do you think? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude. I just wanted a better look. I was curious. What do you think? It looks good. I'm a little... What are you trying for here? I wanted to capture the landscape as I see it. what does that mean? From your perspective, or... Well, yes, from my perspective, not point of view. Not specific location. Well, I mean, yes, a specific location, but also my perspective. Okay. She had a foreign accent of some sort, but that wasn't the reason that I found her words a bit hard to follow. Actually, there was something familiar about her voice, but I couldn't quite... What do you feel when you look at this? Confused? But I would never actually tell her that. It seems a little morose and a little, maybe... Do you have a lot on your mind? It seems like you're looking for something, but not really finding it. That's how I'd put it, I think. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to insult you. You didn't insult me. Her tone of voice suggested otherwise, though. She was silent for a bit as I continued to feign interest in her canvas. At this point, the conversation was awkward. I wanted out of there as soon as possible, but couldn't really think of a way to get going. What should I do? This is why I never talk to strangers. It's cool. I looked up, startled. I mean, not everyone gets art, you know? Everybody's got their own place. We all got our own paths, man. She actually said it. I nodded slowly. Her demeanor seemed to have changed, but I didn't quite know how to feel about it. What? I'm gonna call her G. I'm G. Nice to meet ya. By the way. Fuck. I totally added my own words. If you couldn't tell, I'm not from around here. She's Korean. That's why her voice reminded me a little of Jinsu. I'm Luke. Me neither. I'm from New York, staying in a hostel a few blocks away. Are you? I am too. Mine's called The One. It's decent enough. It does what I need to do. Wait, The One? That's where I'm staying. Is it? I haven't seen you around. I've been there for a few days already, and I haven't seen you eating with us. Oh, I've been busy sketching and trying to scout the perfect location, you know. Artist never sleeps. When I get that drive, I just have to go out and start painting. How long have you been doing art? It's hard for me to figure that out. A long time, as long as I can remember. Off and on, I guess. I didn't start seriously pursuing it until a few years ago. That's pretty cool. Yeah, man. Super cool, yo. Oh, what's wrong with her glasses? There it was again. What's with that weird tone? Anyways, I'm gonna be heading back now. The lighting shifted, so I might as well go work on it as the hostel. Let me come with you. Sure, if you say so. I watched her pack up her massive array of paints, brushes, easel, and canvas into a black bag nearly as big as she was. Only time I'd ever seen people with bags like those was in movies, so I was kind of surprised. The hostel was only a few blocks away, so we made it in a little under 5 minutes, making a fairly polite conversation. Well, it's nice to meet you, Luke. Maybe I'll see you around some more. She left before I think of something better to say than yeah. As I headed to the bathroom, I realized how hard my heart was pounding. I just sustained an entire conversation with a stranger in London, and even made a new friend. What a good day. The nice thing about living in the hostel was that despite the thin walls, it was perfectly silent. People were often working or at school, so it was easy to find peace and quiet. It was quiet enough to hear the birds outside my window. The wind was howling through the cracks in the window, quiet enough to hear the footsteps in the hall, rapid, heavy footsteps like someone was on a mission. A relentless pounding beat at my door, and in the time it took me to stand up from my desk and across the room, it grew several decibels louder. Oh, of course. Alright guys, I think I'm going to end this right here. I hope you enjoyed. In the next part, we're going to see what the fuck Peggy wants, because she seems to be bothering us a lot. So yeah, if you like this video, don't forget to give this video a like, and comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all later. Bye guys.